Welcome you guys. In today's video we are going to see the how to configure our project. That means in day-to-day life we use many things on a project, but for the production stage and staging stage and for the development stage we are something used differently. Like for example, in RESTful APIs the domain name will be the same for our web API, but rest of the things will be different. And for the productions, that URL will be changed for the productions. From development to productions, if your manager comes to you and say you have to release the app today itself and release it, so you nothing to just you have to switch to the productions thing, and all the stuff related to the productions will be automatically arranged. So that's things we are going to look today. So let's get started. I've already created one demo project for that. So to start with it, I have there are four steps we need to do that. First phase, the configuration.plist. Uh, let's create one file uh, called plist, and we will give that name as a configurations. You can give anything you like. I am given configuration and done. Here we have given a name to our application configuration file as a this. So as you can see, there is nothing inside. There is a root dictionary. We have to give two files, two things over here for the development and for the productions. And as you're working in your company, like development, staging, and productions, so you can manage that also. So this is one configuration file, and we need to, first of all, for that we need to give configurations from this project. As you can see, the configuration demo, there are already two configurations are there, debug and release. So let's for our convenience we use development, convenience to understand, and for the productions we use production. Okay, so this is how we differentiated these two. And after that, with the same name we will create a two dictionary inside the root. First name is development and second name is production. So here we are giving a production name, but there should be a dictionary. So things related to development goes inside the development and production related to productions, but the keys will be the same. For example, I'm adding a URL key over here, and for example I'm giving a google.com as an for example. Okay, and the same key will be goes over here, so we no need to switch the production key and development key. So key will be the same, but content of that key will be different. For example, the yahoo.com is the production thing, but for the development we have used this. So configuration is ready. So how do we know that a current application running at development or production? So for that we need to use a schema things over here. For that, current application is running this way, but we can change the debug to development, and for the archive too we use a development over here. We can give a name of the development applications over here like configuration underscore demo or development. So whenever we do archive for that thing, will goes into name automatically will be given to configuration tab. and for these profiling and analyzing, all the stuffs will be goes to these things. Now uh, for the new we need to add a new configuration, a new schema for production. So we'll add a production. So as you can see, the target has been changed for production, so let's edit that. So for the production, we not need to use debug executables and change to production over here, and for the archive to it's a production, and productions is a name. I can give a product configuration. So I had did a minor change. You can make many things like I disable these things. I don't need these things in a production level. So okay, yeah, you can change production for the productions, everything. So this is how we change. Now in the info playlist we need one entry for I give custom entry like configurations, and with the name um, I need to go to this stuff. You don't need to remember the what key you need to put. So mm, let's change it to yeah. As you can see over here, there is a configuration key has been written. So you just need to put that stuff before ahead of this configuration key. This is our custom key has been added. Just we need to access those things to identify the thing is production or in a development. So right now we are in a development mode. Let's add one file which manages configuration. So we can just need to access this file to get the access done, like for, is it a development or not, is a production or not, all that stuff. Configuration manager, added one file, named it a configuration manager. I am just creating a structure configuration manager. I'm adding a static singleton pattern over here, configuration manager, and private init. So when we initialized its first time, we need one thing from the bundle identifier, that is environment name. It's a production or a development. So how can we find it? Bundle.identifier, from info dictionary we will give one key which grabbing one, is it environment or not. So what is that key? Key is this, our custom key. Okay, so I am putting this configuration over here and printing the environment key value. So guys, we need to access these things. Let's write over here configuration.manager.manager. So when the configuration manager has been initialized, automatically will be printed into our console. So for the production, it will not going to print into console because uh, we have turned off things like debug executables. So we'll see in a later step. Let's run it right now. So all this stuff has been done right now. So let's minimize and let's see what is printing in the console. console. Yeah, our application is running now. So keep your eyes on a console. Let's put a breakpoint so you can know that it's info dictionary getting the things. Yeah, so here in a console, as you can see, it's a development. So the same thing for the production, we need to change one thing, like debug executable or not. So that check mark shows that are you going to use a console or not. So in the production, we don't need that debug executables, don't need any debugging thing. So we have uncheck mark that. So yeah, as you can see, there is a production key as well. So according to this key, we need to access this configuration.plist file. So to access this resource, we use the bundle.main.resource. Resource name is configuration and its type is plist. So here you get path of plist. We just need to access this configuration. We will use NX dictionary, and the content of the file of the path.plist file. We have created one dictionary that we call it a root dictionary, and from this dictionary we will going to access those environment thing, like URL is the root dictionary is of keys environment, and another is of URL as a string, and let's debug.print and then URL. So it's an optional thing, so we need guard lat. We'll use this stuff. Guard lat is one kind of controlling mechanism, same as a if statement. Before passing this guard lat, you cannot go further. So this let's run it. It's failing because Annie has no subscription. Okay, so for the dictionary we need to So our app is running, and according to the dictionary we will see that what this environment uh, our environment is yeah, as you can see we got one dictionary which is yahoo.com, and as you can check out this dictionary.plist that it's on yahoo.com is a productions level thing. You can change the environment and rerun the app, so you can identify differentiate it between these two schemes, they are getting. Yeah, as you can see it's a url and google.com. So this is how you can get the things from the url, like we are getting a dictionary from here, so we will use a string to string thing for our convenience. You can use string to any. We will use environment dictionary, and from the dictionary we will get one url. So for that we will add a url over here, and from the environment dictionary we will get a url, and as it's a string, and we are sure that it's a string, so we are not going to put a lat thing, we just print it out url. Okay, summarized like what it is. Yeah, yeah, as you have can see over here that it's google.com fetched thing, and it's an optional, so you can forcefully write it over here. So for now if you are creating one for example I am creating one property over that base url, and it's a string, and I am writing as an it's just I'm sure that it must have a value, so I have forcefully unwrapped it and private setting it, so it is not being set by external person. Just setting self dot base url is equal to url stat string is equal to, and you can use a url over here instead of. So singleton is a best place, singleton's constructor is a best place to parse this dictionary before the application is run, so it must have only one instance in all applications. So here is our base url has been set, so we can use this from here like base url. So let url is equal to base url, and let's debug and print url dot absolute string. So we can know that base url can be set. Sorry guys, my PC is too slow, so you need to wait for the result. Let's stop it and rerun again. Yeah, so here we got a breakpoint, and yeah, here you can see we got a base url of our application. So this is guys, this is how you can get the values from this configuration files, and accordingly you can manage the development and production environment separately. And you can use this base url uh, from any commonly. You don't need to change anything. Whatever you have to change is over here, what is differentiated between them. And for more, you can change uh, provisioning profile provisioning profiles from this list over here. As you can see, the development and productions has been differently, so you can choose a development profile and production profile accordingly. And you can change from here to that thing. So this is how you make the stuff easy for your work. So this is it for the configurations. Thank you guys for watching my video, and please share and subscribe my channel, and comment your welcome, and please give us suggestions in a comment too. I will try to improve it. Thank you guys.